Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Day One Log. With this video I am starting a new journey. I have created this YouTube channel to publish content on computer science and tech related stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for future videos and I will be expecting maximum support. So yeah, so let us discuss today's video, which is about a famous machine coding front-end interview problem which goes by the name of star rating feature. You might have seen this feature in an e-commerce website or in a platform where uh, you are asked to provide a feedback or rating to some product or services. So it is based on that only. So let us discuss the problem statement first, and then we will explore the possible approach to this problem as solution, and eventually we will code the implementation. So as we discussed, the problem is the star rating feature which we are required to create, and users will click on stars to generate a rating from ranging from 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest rating and 5 being the highest. This feature will be highly interactive. So upon users activity or interactivity like click or hovering, it should reflect some changes in the color of the stars. Okay, and when it clicks the stars, it should permanently lock the colors. uh, it should also generate the rating in the form of text in the UI. The key features to note here are the hover effect, the click action, and obviously the display of the current rating in the UI. So coming to the approach to this problem, obviously we will be using React along with JavaScript to build this interactive feature. So we will be using array to dynamically render the stars in the UI. Uh, State variables will be used to track the rating, current rating, and the hover state. We'll also add some CSS styles and colors to reflect the changes based on users interactivity. And yeah, it is important to note that the mouse events like hovering and clicking is very essential to this feature. So let us jump to the implementation of the code. So I have already created the project, and uh, I have wrote some boilerplate code to this. So first thing we are going to do is create or generate the uh, star component in the UI using an array. So I will start coding. So we need a div that will wrap all the stars inside it. Okay, so this is the div, and here we will generate we will dynamically generate the stars. So we'll use an array of size 5, and it will fill all the values with, let's say, undefined, because we need to iterate over it, so we have to make it iterable, and we will map over it, and we will pass an underscore and index as parameters, which will return a div. I have already copied the HTML code for the star icons, so I will just paste it here. Now you can see 5 stars aligned vertically, so we need to align it horizontally. So we will go to this div and give it some style. I will not be creating classes for this specifically. So we will be using the style property, and here we will make the display as flex, and we will also provide the justify content, so it should be centered aligned, and write center to it as the value. You can see it in the center. Now we are also required to give some styles to this one. So let us say we give the style, let us give some font size to every individual stars. Let us give it 3 rem. Let me check. Yeah, it's quite prominent now. And also let me give some margin of 3px. Yeah, it's good now. It's looking good. We can also give it the cursor property with the pointer value. Now hovering over it, it will give us this cursor. Okay, now we are done with the basic styling of the star component. Now we need to add the interactivity with it. So if we click on any of this specific star, it should provide us with rating. So first let me create a state component, state variable that will track the current rating of the stars. So we create a state variable. Let's name it rating score and set rating score, and it will be coming from the use state. Okay, and initially it will be 0. So yeah, to test it we can generate a p tag, and here we will write the text, the current rating is rating score. Correct, it is 0 now. Yeah, let me give it some style as well. So it must have a font size of 2 rem, font weight as bold, and let the color of the text be purple. Let me check how it looks. Yeah, it's looking good. Now let's say it's time to add the eventlessness to the component. So suppose if I click on any of the star, it should reflect the changes both color wise, and it should also update the rating of the system. So let us add an event listener on click, and let's say it should update the rating score. Okay, so suppose if we are here in this star, it has the index as 0, and the rating should be 1 for this. Similarly for this, the index is 1 and the rating should be 2, and so on and so forth. So for any index, for any star, the rating should be index plus 1. So let us check. You can see it's working fine. Now let us add the interactive functionalities as the change in colors. So we will need to add some dynamic class names. So the logic for this should be, if the rating is 3, then the first 3 stars should be filled with a different color. Then if the rating is 2, then the first 2 stars should be filled with a different color. So the logic goes by in the direction that the indexes lesser than the current rating should be filled with a different color. So if so let's add the dynamic code for this. So if the index is lesser than the rating score, then the class name should be, let's call it rated. Okay, and if not, then it should be none. Now it's time to I think there is some problem with this. I do not know. Okay, it's all right. Let's write the CSS class for this. So it's called rated, and for this I will add the color as gold. Okay, now it should reflect the changes, but it's not reflecting any changes. It's just giving me error. So there is a problem with class names. I think should be class name, not class names. Let me write the logic again. Yeah, it should be dynamic in nature, and it should, let's say, so if the index is less than the rating score, then it should be called the rated class, otherwise none. So let us check the behavior. Yeah, it is reflecting the color change and also locking the colors upon clicking. Now it's time to add 2 more event handlers which are for hovering. So if we hover over any uh, stars, it should also reflect some changes in color, but once we leave the component, it should uh, get back to its original form. So the event handlers for that is on mouse enter, and there is another one on mouse leave. Okay, so we are we need to create one more state variable which will keep track of the hovering state. So it will give us until what number of star it should fill the colors on hovering. So let us create a state variable. Let's call it hover, and let's also write set hover for this, and we will pass use state and provide the initial value as 0. Okay, I think it did not. Yeah, refreshing it was like made it. So now we are required to add the logic for this one. So it will just on mouse enter, it will just set the hover property as index plus 1, and for this it will set the hover as 0 on if the mouse leaves the component. Now we need to make some changes here so that we can reflect the uh, color change on hover effect. Since it's only changing adding the color classes for indexes less than rating score, it should also add classes for indexes less than the hover values. So let us add rating score or hover. Now it will reflect the hover effect as well. You can see it is locking as well. You can see. So this was it from my side. If you have liked the video, please give a thumbs up to this.